Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portland's most fabulous cabaret, Darcelle XV Showplace. Tonight, we bring you laughter, glamour, and a whole lot of sass with Stand
Hey y'all,
Up
Joefer here, the
Kween.
Cranky Old Gay Guy. Today we're going to be talking about comedy, and I'm going to title this, what am I going to title this? Stand Up Queen. Maybe? Maybe. Talking about this because Sunday night I went to a comedy cabaret at the world famous Darcelle XV Showplace in Old Town in Portland. Why did I go? Well, I know somebody that I play pool with whose boyfriend was the MC. So I figured I'll go. And I had a good time. It was, let me see if I can read the poster here. That's Funny Presents, DATZ. It was a show when it's called Stand Up Queen. It's a show that is part drag show and part comedy show. They would have a comedian and then a drag queen, a comedian and a drag queen, a comedian, a drag queen, back and forth and back and forth. So if you're a fan of either, you'll be fine. You'll be happy. Something I didn't expect was when you go to a drag bar, you hand dollars to show appreciation for a drag performance. But I have been to many a comedy show, and I've never been to a comedy show where you give dollars to show your appreciation for jokes. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just something I haven't encountered before. And I'm guessing they're doing it because the performers are performing for free. So they're just getting tips. And it's kind of what's expected at a drag club. So it was hosted by Alexis Campbell Starr. I did not know who she was, but she is a drag performer and she was the MC for part of it. And the other was my friend's significant other, Jay Alexander. I do say boyfriend. However, Jay is someone who goes by they and them. So my friend says it's his boyfriend, so it's his boyfriend. They had performers that came on. Rachel Cochran. She did have unusual hair. I'll give you that. She was a lesbian comedian, very lesbian centric. All the jokes were pretty much lesbian jokes or about being a lesbian. I guess that's to be expected if it was a lesbian cabaret, but this was just a comedy cabaret. But enough said. I liked a lot of what she was doing. Some of it was like, Anyway, then we got a performance by, who did it? Bolivia Carmichael, who is well known in Portland. She's like a main headliner at another club, not so much as doing drag shows, but as an MC, I think. I don't go to that other club much, and I haven't since it kind of took on the drag persona years and years and years ago. But I've seen Bolivia around because we've both been around this city since the early 90s. So Bolivia came on and who did she do? She did an old Bette Midler piece, but it wasn't Bette Midler singing so much as telling jokes in song. Something I haven't seen before. I guess it tied in with the fact that it was jokes, but it's not what I expected from a drag performance because drag, the stuff I've seen is usually a full song and dance. And this was her running around quickly, telling a joke, telling a joke, just like Bette Midler does, because I believe this was something from an old Bette Midler comedy album, but I was unfamiliar with it. It was okay. Next, we had, who did we have come on next? It was supposed to be someone named Adam Passy, but they weren't there. And someone who wasn't on the poster showed up. I want to say their name was Darla or Rachel. I don't remember. But they were very funny and they were self-deprecating, but at the same time, really being proud of who they are. Made a lot of bisexual jokes as this performer is bisexual, married to a man, but she's very bi. I would go see her at a regular comedy club. I mean, she was that good. Okay, step next. Another drag performance came up, and who was it this time? I don't think it was Alexis, but it might have been. No. There was another drag performer that's not on the poster that I had never seen before, but they came on and did a number as well. I'm trying to remember their name. They introduced themselves when I first came in. I was up paying to get a ticket, and they came up and started talking. Anyway, they're seasoned as well, and they've been around for a long time, I guess. Next, we had Jay Alexander came out and took over the hosting duties. He's funny. He's not one of the comedians on stage, but as one of him and Alexis were putting this show on together. He was funny, or I'm sorry, they were funny. They talked a lot about racing, as in runners, because there was the Shamrock Run that morning, and this MC had partook. And anyway, you can make up your own running jokes. Next came up, I believe it was Alexis Starr, who had been the first MC, and they came out and did a number, and it was I think it was a comedy, kind of singing, kind of talking thing as well. Then came Gabe Holmes. And Gabe, I thought, wow, that's an attractive looking guy. But they had like big earrings with big balls on them. Men's clothing, nondescript, construction boots or army boots. But they were joking about going on hormone therapy. And I was kind of lost for a while. I think, to me, they were very male presenting. And I believe since they were talking about getting breasts, that they are transitioning to female. It wasn't specifically spelled out, and maybe I'm just naive, but I think that's what was going on with that joke. Of all the performers, I think that Gabe's were the ones that did not get home with the audience as well as the others. Come back, there's another drag performance. I believe it was Olivia Carmichael again, who did another Bette Midler thing. Lots of jokes about my husband George, who's 80 years old, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We come back, Jay does another 5-7 minutes, something like that, of shtick or the emceeing. And then they introduced the headliner, because they were introduced as coming from Late Night with Colbert, his TV show. So they're a national act, and I don't think they live here. They said that they lived here 3 years, or I'm sorry, 3 different times, and they're back. So I don't know if they're here or not. And that would be Arlo Weyerhaeuser, W-E-I-E-R Hauser, H-A-U-S-E-R. And they are a non-binary performer. And they were pretty funny. Again, they're someone that I would go to a regular comedy club to see. I could see them coming by. What is that national one? I'll think of it in a minute. But it's a comedy club that they have in many, many different cities. Helium. That's it. I could see myself seeing Arlo at the Helium Comedy Club. And then they came on with Alexis Starr. And she sang she did a standard drag performance where there's singing and some dancing. And the song was all about committing a carnal act. And it was set to the theme of, oh boy, what is that song? I can do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. I can take you by an airplane. I can take you to the blah blah blah. Ba 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 da ba da ba da ba. Take Me Now or something like that. And instead of Take Me Now or I Love You Now, whatever the song is, this was F Me Now. And it was a funny song, sang with passion. acted out with passion or pantomimed by the drag performer. And it was a good thing. The show wound down and there was a lot of banter here and there. One of the performers spent, after their number, spent a whole lot of time doing crowd work, walking around, talking to people, until one of the other queens, Alexis, kind of demanded the mic because they were up next. Anyhow, this is the first time that Stand-Up Queen has taken place at Darcelle's. Darcelle's is, I think, one of the oldest drag showplaces in the country. And for many years, it had the oldest continuously performing drag queen, and that was Darcelle XV. That's who owned the club. Darcelle passed at the age of 92, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Darcelle's children took over the club and they sold it this last year. The new owner has kept it open. It's the same but different. With Darcelle, when I went many, many times over the years, and a lot of the routines were very similar to what they'd been before. With this, since this is not a regular show, this was a comedy show, I can't tell you how it's changed, but I'm told that it has. The way that the chairs and tables and everything are set up, it's a different feel. Now, that could have just been the night that I was there, this Sunday, and maybe for the actual performances, they have everything arranged the way it used to be. I don't know. But the whole club seemed a lot brighter and lit better than I remember. And per the placards that were on the tables, the men of Darcelle's, that is right, male strippers, are back. I know that they were auditioning for male strippers the last few months. I saw that online. I'm wondering if the men that are pictured on the placard, they don't have heads. They're just torso. And they're all, of course, incredibly ripped. I am wondering if these are the actual strippers or if this is just pictures of ripped men to get people to come in. That would be my guess. But I have not gone to that show. It's like a Saturday night, and I think it just started a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been there. But I just wanted to bring this up, Stand-Up Queen, Kween, that if something like that shows up in your town, I would suggest you go to it because it was a good time. And I will be going to another one if they have another one. I think it was pretty successful as far as the crowd goes. And it was, tickets were $10 to get in, which I think is standard fare for Darcelle's for any show. But I believe there were people that were drinking and eating. It's a restaurant too. So I'm guessing they made money, and normally on a Sunday night they're closed. So if I had to guess, I think that this whole comedy thing will be coming back. So it's good to know that comedy is alive and well in Portland. I mean, it was a big comedy town in the late 80s and early 90s, maybe even mid 90s. And then a lot of the clubs went out of business. I had gone once or I've gone maybe 3 times since Helium came to town. And I think they came in 7 to 10 years ago, to see different acts. I saw Heather McDonald, Chris Frangiola. Oh, 2 guys that have been on every late night show. I don't remember exactly who they were, but they were funny. They were funny. I don't know if I saw Sarah Clona when she was here, because I remember a stand-up act. Oh, it wasn't Sarah. That was a show I didn't get to, but I did see Fortune Feimster when she was here. And she's also pretty darn funny. And now she's blown up and she's doing full theater arenas and she's traveling all over the world. And she's in that Arnold Schwarzenegger series on Netflix. I think season 2 comes out soon, where she plays, I don't want to say CIA, but maybe it is CIA, because Arnie's a spy and his daughter's a spy and they work together. And Fortune is one of their team members. So when that comes out, you should check it out. Oh, it's called FUBU, FUBU. I think that's what it's called. So check that out as well. That's it for today, everybody. I'm going to let you go. happy Tuesday evening, and I will see you again tomorrow. Stay cranky and get a little comedy in your life if you can, okay? Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portland's most fabulous cabaret, Darcelle XV Showplace. Tonight we bring you laughter, glamour, and a whole lot of sass with Up Kween. In the heart of Portland, where the lights shine bright, there's a place where laughter fills the night. Gay comedians and drag queens take the stage. They steal the show, they're all the rage. From the first joke to the final bow, they'll have you laughing, oh and how. With sequins, feathers, and a touch of grace, they bring the house down and put a smile on every face. Stand up, Queen, the night is ours. With comedy and drag, we reach the stars. In Darcelle's world, we shine so bright. Gay comedy's alive, it's our night. With a wink and a nod, they tell their tales of love and life and all that entails. Their humor sharp, their timing's keen. In this cabaret, they're the queens of the scene. From punchlines to parodies, they do it all. In Darcelle's Showplace, they stand tall. With every laugh, they break the mold. Their stories told, their hearts pure gold. In a world where love is free, they bring joy and unity. With every joke, with every